mountain, the Wrecking ByuL. 15-8 all-time, 12-7, 3-1 versus Terran. Won 4 of his last games. Boom, that you take a screenshot of that, and you can cite that as the reason why I voted for him here.
No, this guy is on fire. You can't deny it. And this guy as well, one of these Zergs that was known for his EVP, but he's also very good at ZVT. As you guys do see, they're 3-1. He's got 4 in a row. See if he can take a 5th one, light up that board down here. Here is TY. He is 13-4, one of the best ratios here at Pro League. Not as dominant as he used to be in round 1, but still one of the best turns we have. 2-0 versus Zerg, not many TVZs, and one of those losses down there is yellow.
Yeah,
I think that should be red.
He's so good, and they love him so much here in Korea that even his losses, only half of them go red. The other ones still look yellow. They forget, you know, that it was a loss, in fact. They shake it off. Map is loaded. It's a merry-go-round. A big map. This also slightly factors into my decision. I like this map for Zerg versus Terran. We're jumping into it right now. Game number 1, IM versus KT.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top right, in the blue for Incredible Miracle, the Zerg player ByuL.
ID means star in Korean. The top left, his opponent in the red for KT Rolster, it's TY. Stands for Taeyong, his given name.
Yeah. Used to be called Baby. Started playing StarCraft 1 when he was about 11, I think it was.
I think a bit younger than that even.
Wow. He really was a baby.
Yeah, I think he was like 9 or so. Well, the thing is, like, I think he might have been 11 in Korean age, so things get a bit mixed up. But
yeah,
you could still be mostly correct. Perhaps technically correct, even.
Technically, I think that's the word. Maybe. I don't know. Those words that end with Ali are always a bit confusing because a lot of people say literally when it's not actually literally, it's figuratively.
I do that a lot, actually.
I do that sometimes. Hello.
Hello.
That's classic, right?
Yeah, he's up there. Classic's like, well, I mean, you know, when I'm talking to the ladies, drinking some soda, watching Pro League, that's what I do. I mean, we ended early, so I thought, you know, while the rest of the team was going to get dinner nearby, I would, you know, talk to the fans that came and gave me a soda.
Rain's up there as well. He wasn't put on camera. Maybe he will be put on camera. He's surrounded by 3 girls.
Oh. That's more than a flank, man. Those girls have a good concave.
They have a great concave over Rain right now.
Well, it appears to be, Brandon, that we are going to have a Command Center first versus a CC first. Now, I've asked you a lot of questions. I like to ask questions during this moment in time in the game. Now, what is your favorite type of breakfast that you could eat if you had the choice to eat any type of breakfast? What would it be? I mean, food's not like, well, you really want to go to this one restaurant or something like.
Pancakes with bacon and a sausage in there, as well as some orange juice.
$1 million question right here. Do you dip the sausage in the syrup? Are you one of those guys? Okay.
No.
Because there's a lot of guys doing that.
I don't do that.
Sausage dipping in the syrup. Kind of weird, to be honest, but they're doing it still. You know, I thought it was just a thing they were doing in elementary school, but as they grew up, they're still dipping it.
Don't do that. There's like a different sauce that goes better with sausages if you want a sauce or sausages. Usually sausages are okay by themselves, but no, I don't do that. No.
No. Okay. All right.
Sometimes the bacon is okay in the syrup. Sometimes if I'm feeling like I have a bit of a sweet tooth, but sausage, nah, I don't feel that.
Okay, well, I'm glad that even though you're a pancake person, which are those types of people are generally inferior to waffle people.
I am a waffle guy in general.
Oh.
But I don't. I don't know. I don't make those at home. So like I always make pancakes. So
I think this is going to be Proxy Banshees, by the way.
Yeah, that's a very sneaky SCV.
To recap the non-breakfast discussion, this is totally blind. He hasn't scouted at all, and it's double hatch before pool, so the spawning pool is a bit late. And he even went gas before that pool, so he's got like super fast gas. Super greediest build possible by ByuL.
Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck, man. I was hoarding all the minerals. Not going to get any queens out until he needs to.
3 queens popping at the same time. That is one benefit you get.
It lines up quite nicely.
Yeah. You get all your injects lined up at the same time. It's pretty easy to handle your economy. And there's a starport you're talking about. Doesn't look like there's room for an add-on. Could have made that a little bit better if he wants to go for Banshees. Or does it fit in that little corner?
I think he's going to have to lift it. He could just make a medevac and do like a Hellion drop. That would be pretty crazy.
That would be sneaky, man. It's like coming from a different angle than ByuL would expect.
He like harasses with the Hellions at the third base a little bit because the creep spread's going to take a while to get over there. And then he just makes... Oh, what is this? Okay. He's going to follow up with a Blue Flame Hellion build. This is starting to look pretty interesting here.
This is TY going like super technical. He still has not dropped his CC at the natural.
You know, that is just like, I'm so glad you picked up on that. The add-on has no space, because that's like, that's how we can identify this is what is coming next. And it also means that the starport is even just a little bit further to the right, like as far possible as it gets to try to avoid Overlord scouting.
And somehow ByuL with the star sense comes over here, sees the starport, and he's going to see the medevac pop out as well. And he's already sending the Zerglings over there.
Yep, well, the Zerglings are over there. It means the Hellions coming over here could be a bit of an issue. And it's triple Hellion production right now. He hasn't started that Infernal Pre-Igniter yet. But medevac going into the main base here. There's the Pre-Igniter upgrade on the production tab. You guys can see it. 4 Hellions in the main base, a bit of an issue. And this is a sneaky, tricky build. TY loves these builds.
Yeah, and right before this, ByuL was making a ton of drones as well.
A bit sloppy losing the medevac, though. That could have actually worked out like 1,000 times better for him. And now, this is actually like, I'm going to put some real talk on the table. This is where most of TY's losses recently have come from. Some sort of really cool idea that goes horribly wrong, whether it's a proxy build where he's trying to do a Widowmine drop on Habitation Station, or a build like this where he's trying to do a Hellion drop and then just flies a medevac into the Spore Crawl without controlling it and loses it. He hasn't lost this game yet by any means, especially because he has a really solid follow-up going, but some of his execution on these really technical builds has been a little bit off.
Yeah, it's easy to see if you watch his most recent games, and I was worried when I saw this coming across. I was like, oh, not again. You see ByuL go for a super greedy build. He's got 3 bases up. The command center is late on the land at the natural, and TY's economy is pretty far behind, to say the least. That
Ling knows there's still another sneaky medevac coming over here, but you know, knowing is only part of the battle, because Hellion's coming in the main base now with the Pre-Igniter upgrade. Let's see how well he defends against that. Still no connection of creeps. There's only 1 queen here. I don't think he was really paying attention. I think he thought that red dot on the minimap was still a flying and floating starport. Now he sees it. Okay, he knows.
Yep, does get dropped. These Zerglings are going to go down pretty fast. As long as he gets good shots, there he goes. And now he's going to try to just ride by, and here he comes to the drone, gets a couple, but the roaches are here, lines them up, gets a bunch of them, loses the medevac again on the same
the
hotkey.
lineups. Oh, I like the roach choice here, because a common follow-up to this will be Mac, but that was a lot of damage done there.
Yep.
And I don't think he's going to stop there with all the Hellions he has on the map. Could try to poke in at the third base. He's still making another medevac, mind you, from that starport, as ByuL has not been able to force a lift just yet. He starts at third CC and double E-base, so it's not going to be Mech that he's going for here.
No mech. We see ByuL just now going for the lair pretty late here. Going to get the Overlord speed as well. That's pretty interesting. Gets the +1 to his attack as well, adding a bunch of gases here. He has a lot of roaches on the map now to defend. I think he should be okay. He's got this one Zergling over here as well. Very nice placement there. He's going to see it this time from the start.
And, you know, 4 Hellions in that medevac. This time against roaches, though, in the main. I don't know. If he drops it, like, in the mineral line, instead of dropping it at the edge, maybe could get some drone kills. But this is definitely not going to work like that. We could drop it in the mineral line here. Might be able to target some down. No. Good micro, though.
Yeah. Drops 1, picks it back up, but I like what ByuL's doing. He's even committing 1 spine crawler there in the main. He's like, okay, you're going to continue harassing me like this. I'm going to put up some defenses for it because I have a great economy. I can afford something like this. I like how ByuL is defending this now, especially with the roaches.
Yeah. Well, triple barracks going up at home, and he's powering that up pretty hard with that third orbital finishing. He's going to have triple mules.
Interesting out of ByuL. ByuL sees everything with the Overseer and then makes 10 extra roaches. Could be seeing some roach aggression here at that third base.
Yeah, 15 roaches, in fact.
Oh, man.
I think he might still think this is mech. I'm going to check and see if he's seen the eBays.
I mean, he's got the Overseer just there. Like, if he doesn't
Okay, he's just now seeing them. This is his first glance. And he hadn't known until now. He has the roach upgrades, all of them, and now he's like, uh-oh, this is kind of awkward. The composition I built here is not the one that I'm going to want in the later stage of the game. This Overlord is cleared up here, and a good job, good on TY for hiding his composition this well. But I feel like also ByuL definitely could have scouted this a bit earlier. Now he's going to take a base over to the right side. He's actually continuing roach upgrades.
He's continuing with the roaches. I feel like maybe he's just like, I've already gotten the +1. I have a ton of roaches. I can't just back down now. He's going to add roaches to this composition.
A lot of drones are being killed here, actually. He only has a few roaches to defend, and he doesn't pull his drones.
And here's this attack with the +1 coming in. There is not enough defense here. That siege tank is not sieged up. And what does he have here? He has one siege tank in the back. That should be okay, but a lot of roaches here and a lot of SCVs blocked from repairing.
He had no idea this was coming. It really hurts him as well that there was no defense set up at the third base. All of his units are just out there in the open. The tank wasn't sieged, as you said. And it doesn't matter if he survives this. The damage here is almost irreversible. I mean, he's going to come over here, pick off the siege tank. GG. I don't even... There's a lot of things I want to talk about in that game. Like, I'm not even sure what the exact plan was for him, but I think he saw this and he was like, well, you don't have a lot of units. I saw with my Overseer, you're not really set up defensively to handle something like this. I think he was thinking it was mech. Sees an opportunity, goes for the attack. And honestly, that's not the composition you want to build against ByuL, but if you hit a timing like that and TY is caught with his pants on, even though he had siege tanks, he's still not ready.
It's all about that timing. He had such a good economy, like we were saying, even from the beginning of the game. He played so greedy with his economy, but he got so far ahead of it because of it. He defended decently against the Hellions. They got good damage in the mid-game, but after that, it just wasn't enough. He committed so much to the Hellions. He was losing the Hellions in the meantime, and he just didn't have enough of an army to defend at the third base. And with the +1 to his roaches, plus the speed, he was just able to roll over TY, and that was it.
Yeah.